Alright, what's going on, guys? So, a while back, in fact, I don't know, around 5 months ago, going to looking at the comments just then, I did a tutorial on World Painter. Really awesome program. Hopefully the majority of you are new to coming to this, but some of you guys may be coming from a link that I'll put in the old tutorial. I'm making hand gestures right now. Makes no difference whatsoever. But this is just mainly to answer some of you guys' questions, because I do get a lot of questions even now. And also there have been a couple new features, so it's basically just revisited. And I'll go over the tutorial again, and just to clear up some of the questions. But anyway, first things first, the links have been in the description, but you're obviously going to want to download and install World Painter. I'll link these in the description obviously, but you're just going to scroll down the page. Downloads are all here, whether or not you're on 32 or 64-bit. You are going to need the 64-bit Java if you're using the 64-bit system. That kind of goes without saying. And then the Mac and the Linux there. Another thing I recommend is SinglePlayer Commands. It's not like needed, just if you are going to create a map, maybe for people to play on, or if it's just for you and a couple mates just to play around on. But this, you can use this just to clean up some of the things that World Painter doesn't quite get, like perfect. So with that done, I'm just going to build up World Painter. When it loads, so I'm going to be making a survival island. That'll be linked in the description. It won't be a virus. That was another question I got. I got accused of it being a virus. It's not. I'm putting it through Mediafire, so it's not a virus. But anyway, you're going to build up World Painter. Excuse me. And it's going to come up with this. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is this biomes, just to get these up. We'll be using them later. Then another thing we're going to do is go to File, New World. Now if you're creating a survival island, then this is what you're going to want to do. But if you just want to mess around with a couple of things, just stick with the default thing that comes up, and that should be all cool. Now come here, I'm going to set the level to about 40, and then the water level we can leave, and all the rest of this stuff you should be able to leave. And we're going to go and create. Now this is going to make a flat water map. Now you can see these lines, you still got the different contours. Technically the land is still there, it's just underground. And I mean, you could go about flattening all of this like this, but to be honest it's really not necessary. You don't really notice a difference, because once we make the land later, it's going to be bringing it up out of the ground, the water rather. So the next thing I want to do is build biomes again. I'm going to go to edit. No, we're not. I'm going to go to view, show 3D view, and this is going to, when it loads, it's going to bring up a 3D view of what you're doing at all times. So I recommend you do it, because at least then you can see what you're doing as you're doing it. Just bring this up here, and we'll leave it. Alright, so first things first, we're going to maybe want to get a base down. So if we come over here, the tool section, and we click on this little arrow here, it's going to give a little circle. If you're wondering how I'm changing size, I'm just scrolling like this. This, I believe, is the density, and there's like the strength. See if we put it quite low, and then we bring up something. It's not going to do much, but then if we bring it up a bit more, you can see that it's bringing the land up a bit more. So we're going to put that about there, and we're okay. I'm going to do this, undo. These are a load of new couple features on base, so back, forward, zoom in and out, that sort of stuff. Set the spawn, and this, not sure what them to do. Okay, that's wherever you're looking, that's going to move that thing there, I believe. But anyway, as that stop failing, I'm going to grab this brush here, and we're going to start just by bringing up some islands around here, and just going to keep bringing some up. Maybe switch to a weaker brush just so it's a bit smoother. Like this. It can take a while. Bring things up a bit. It's okay. keep going around. Wait. That's why. Okay, so I'm wrong. It's a long time since I've used this. Oops. Long time since I've used this, so you're going to have to bear with me. It's this tool you're going to want to use. This is going to bring the land up a lot quicker, apparently. So, once we've brought all this up a bit, we get a bit evened out. We can use the flatten or the smooth tool. It's going to flatten it out a bit. Let's go around here, flattening. You know, and all you basically want to do is just create a cool shape. Nothing too fancy straight away. Just while we're learning how to use it. Maybe come around here. See all these different lines, they're the contours. See as they get smaller and more layered, that's like how high the mountain is. So you can see right here, it's a pretty high mountain. And then if we jump over into our 3D view, get a better view of this right here. So you can see got the big mountain there. That's going to be about cloud height when we actually get into it. So if we just bring some more out here, maybe have a little bay. Command here. Like I say, this is just rough. It's nothing fancy. If you're wondering about the sand, you're just going to want to click on terrain, and you can paint over just where it's not grass, and vice versa. If we select the sand over here, where we've got like a beach, we paint the sand on. Maybe here as well, and maybe a bit around here. Clean it up a bit. Like this. And if we jump back over into our 3D view, we can see we've got sand there, and like that. So that's your basic, island. The best way you're going to learn is just by messing around with it, to be honest. I can give you a couple of pointers on how to do the basic stuff, but for the most part, it's mainly trial and error. This tool is for making sort of valleys. I found it uses the best, the plateau tool. It's going to make like a big vertical valley. If we come over here, well, yeah, vertical kind of goes without saying. But you see, we can just carry this on around here. Maybe have it smooth out around here. You can see, and then we've got these big cliffs right here, as we can see there. Okay, let me switch our view around, see what it looks like. You see, big valley there. So, that's our basic, shape. Nothing too complicated, that hasn't taken too long. Now let's assume you're done with the shape. With this new world painter, I'm pretty sure you couldn't do this in the old one, in the old tutorial, but if you could, you could. We can paint on biomes. So say we want, I don't know, it says Jungle Hills. This one I believe is jungle, and you got the ocean and the ice and all that sort of stuff. Tiger. So we're gonna get the forest, and we are gonna want forest around here. Now, it does show trees, but this isn't actually putting trees down. All it's doing is making this area here to be a forest biome. Now, we can also, if we just have a look here, one's a tiger. Alright, now if we get the tiger biome and we can maybe put it on top of this cliff, that way we're going to get snow on top of there. So it's going to be on top of the mountain, so that'd be quite cool. Just to kind of tell you it's high up. These areas you're going to want to keep plains. You can maybe switch these to beaches. Hell, that's for the nether. And this is coming along. So now you may want to stick some trees in, which I'm pretty sure there is a way to do. But the best way to do it, I found, is to use SinglePlayer Commands, or you can go into creative, using a mod. It's probably better just to place trees down, to be honest, because the trees that this world painting gives aren't too great, and to be honest I don't know how to put them in but I know that when you can put them in they aren't the best. So this is pretty much done about now. You can do a load of different stuff with it, but to be honest it's all about you trying it and seeing what you can do. But if we go into our 3D view, got our basic thing there. So now once you're done, you're going to come to file and we can go, you can save the world if you want. I'm not going to just because I don't need to. And then we're going to export and export as a Minecraft map. And this is going to put it straight into your .minecraft folder. If it doesn't, all you want to do is just transfer it over. If you're wondering how to do that, just come to your search bar, type run, percent update, percent .minecraft saves, stick it in there. So all these settings, you're going to want no border, unless you want water. All that's going to do is make the whole world water. Carried on. Caverns. Caverns everywhere. You may want to lower that a bit, not too much. Resources. This is just the default resource generator, I believe. And you can do allow Minecraft to populate entire terrain. This is going to put the trees in, which should actually turn out alright, if my memory serves me correct. And then we can click export, and yes. So when this is done, it shouldn't take too long depending on the size of your world. This is relatively small, so it should take a couple seconds. And I guess next I'll see you in the Minecraft world. Alright, so here we are in the Minecraft. You can see that it be in the folder. Just gonna boot it up. Alright, and we're into the water. Spin around, we can see we have our island, and you can see where we'll put the forest. If we look here, because we clicked populate terrain, because we put the forest here, it's gone and put trees all over, which is pretty cool. You know, they sort of vary, just you wanted to see in the middle of Minecraft. This is where I was on about maybe a bit of tweaking would be needed, because obviously here sand where it shouldn't be. But you know, like I was saying as well, if you are just playing with your mates, you know, it doesn't need to be too perfect. The mountain's over here, big mountain here, and like I was saying with the snow, maybe we could get rid of these trees, but it will snow on top of here, just to kind of emphasize the mountain's height. You know, it isn't particularly big, but you know, you can see where I'm coming from. As well here, beach. If we go into F3, you can see on the B there, if you can see that on the top left-ish, the B is beach. And then likewise, if we come over here, it's going to say forest and plains, and forest and plains. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. This has been revisited. If you want a more in-depth tutorial, I felt I knew the program better when I did the other tutorial, and then that's probably better. But this is just kind of, you know, going over some of the things that have been added, and just maybe answering a couple of you guys' questions, which I will do now if I haven't done them at the end of the video. So if I just come and boot up this quick, a couple of questions. One was, what's the texture pack? For the previous video it was Dokucraft High. That was quite a frequently asked question, you know, so there's that. Another one was, I'll put all these on screen, how I can edit a world generated from Minecraft. So I think I've kind of interpreted that as, how do you import worlds? If we come into World Painter, I won't be able to show it right now, but if you just open up my World Painter, you're going to go to File, and then you can click Import, and then you're going to click Existing Minecraft Map. If we go into that, it's going to put you in the Saves folder of your Minecraft jar. You're going to click on the world you want to do, and then you'll see 3 files. They're going to say Data, Region, and Level.dat. Just click the Level.dat and click Open, and that's going to put your world in. None of the buildings will be there. I'm pretty sure they won't. All it has is the level, like the terrain, but you know, that's how you import maps. If you want anything with buildings, you're going to need to use MC-Edit, unfortunately. This program's mainly just for landscaping. And then the final question is, can you use it for servers? This is pretty much the same thing. It says, can you use this to make maps for bucket multiplayer servers? It's a bit of a strange question. I mean, all you would do is make a map, then import it, and use it, so like, you know, as the world's file. That's all I can really say about that. It's not like, yeah, it's just like making a normal Minecraft world. Just make the world and transfer the level file, and you know, and then just run that. So I hope this has helped, guys. Different screen with a weird red thing on his mouth. I hope this has helped a bit more than maybe the other one did. I know it's been a little vague. I haven't used this program in a while, but I've done my best just to kind of explain and answer some of the questions that you guys maybe have been asking. And hopefully you can maybe leave a like and subscribe if you're interested. I'm doing a Let's Build right now, which is turning out to be pretty good. Depending on when I get this up, there'll be an episode up later today of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be a link to everything you need, even this world, in the description. If you are watching this in a couple of months' time and this world hasn't, in this world, when you go to download it, it's no longer available, then I'm sorry, but that's just because Mediafire don't let you host it for, you know, long amounts of time. Unless I re-upload the world, or unless I've deleted it because like OCD and I can't keep things for, you know, more than 2 days. So I hope I've helped, like I said a million times, and I'll see you guys later.